आइडिया बहुत सिंपल थी कि क्रिकेट पे कुछ करना है. Ask me 40 years of failure, but then to do something, it was that inside call. But now where the acceptance comes कि अभी आप टेनिस भी खेलो, आप लेदर भी खेलो, आप सूर्य कुमार को देखते हो तो आप एंजॉय करते हो वो सुपला शॉट, ये शॉट, वो शॉट.
See, like all games and all life itself, it changes. Some for good, some for bad. Cricket has also changed as well. Previously, as you said, that was our times when we used to struggle for having a pair of shoes.
Again, great initiatives by BCCI. A lot of player hunting also happens over there.
Syed Mushtaq Ali was started in the year 2006. That is when T20 craze had just started, and to go with the trend to 2006, BCCI also started Syed Mushtaq Ali.
So लेकर आ गए हम ये पॉडकास्ट जिसका नाम है बाल्ड मीट्स बोल्ड. नमस्ते, हेलो, हाय. पता नहीं है, बहुत सारी चीजें अंदर है. शायद ये पहली बार हम कर रहे हैं और ना ही हम प्रोफेशनल्स है उसमें. हाँ, मैं क्रिकेट कमेंट्री करता हूँ. रमेश सर is an ex-cricketer and he's played a lot of years to him that is given to cricket. But to be very honest, थोड़े हिकअप्स होंगे, थोड़े हिकअप्स नहीं भी होंगे. ये मेरा पहला पॉडकास्ट है. आई थिंक ये हमारा पहला पॉडकास्ट है. मेरा से ज़्यादा ये हमारा पॉडकास्ट है. आइडिया बहुत सिंपल थी कि क्रिकेट पे कुछ करना है. तो काफ़ी वक्त तक हमने काफ़ी इस चीज़ को सोचा, इस चीज़ के चैलेंजेस सामने आए और बहुत सारी चीज़ें. आई मीन इट्स इनसेन इफ आई स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑल दैट. बट काफ़ी वक्त से ये प्लानिंग शुरू थी और कहीं ना कहीं आप कुछ करने जाते हो तो आपको शायद वो एक डर होता है कि मैं अगर सही नहीं कर पाया तो क्या होगा, सही नहीं कर पाया तो क्या होगा. बट आई थिंक मोर देन दैट, स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि सही अगर नहीं हुआ तो भी क्या हो जाएगा. So it doesn't matter. I mean, failure is going to be a part of your journey. And I think, ask me 40 years of failure. But then to do something, it was that inside call कि इस बार करते हैं. So लेकर आ गए हम ये पॉडकास्ट जिसका नाम है बाल्ड मीट्स बोल्ड. The idea over here is bald, of course, you can know for obvious reasons. But the bald meet bolds is going to be a journey. ये एक सफर है आपका, मेरा, हम सभी का. हमारे सब व्यूअर्स के साथ हम इसको एंजॉय करेंगे. आपको कोई कंटेंट अगर अच्छा लगता है बता दो, नहीं अच्छा लगता है क्या और कर सकते हैं वो भी बता दो. काफी कुछ चीजें हैं जैसे मैंने कहा. तो I don't know how to start and where to start. I think Ramesh sir will be the right person to start for this. He is also new to the camera. He is also doing this for the first time. In fact, he randomly called me and said कि कुछ करते हैं. और उसके बाद में सर के साथ मैंने इतनी कसरत कराई है कि वो खुद बोलेंगे. कभी कभी ऐसा डर लगता है कि एक दिन तो मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा पीटेंगे. But I don't know now.
Sir, namaskar. It's nothing like that. See, we have got enough knowledge about cricket. I suppose you said you spent 40 years. I spent 55 years of my life in cricket.
So 40 years is my age and not the time I've spent in cricket.
55
40 years of failure.
Same. 55 years is my age, not 58. Sorry. So actually, I want this knowledge of which has been accumulated over a time period to be spread. People should know things, especially with the craze of cricket, all sports. India is now growing, and sports are is a new this thing. Nobody is like in our days when we were children. Sports going to play means was a taboo. Now it's not like that. if parents want their children to participate in some kind of sports and excel in that, because India luckily are doing very well in badminton also. Then social media and television coverage has brought in athletics to every house. Hockey, football, everything. Football, Premier League is so much watched in India that all the big clubs are trying to get some uh, penny out of this vast market. So it's going to be a tough. Just my role in this podcast is just going to be to show the difference between that time and this time.
Well, yes. So I think coming back to the whole idea of bold meets bald, uh, it all started with we'll do something on cricket, but that something wasn't defined. Probably कि शायद अगर हम क्रिकेट फैंस हैं तो हम सिर्फ आईपीएल के बारे में बात करना चाहेंगे. मैं खुद आईपीएल के मैचेस रोज देखता हूँ. आई इवन एंजॉय इट. एंड yes, a lot of things that you can talk about IPL, but then we thought that bold और bald, ये जो दो कैरेक्टर्स है, you know how they can reach to you better. सो दी होल आइडिया इज कि हम सिर्फ क्रिकेट नहीं करेंगे, हम क्रिकेट भी करेंगे, लेकिन क्रिकेट के साथ हम बाकी के स्पोर्ट्स भी कवर करेंगे, अदर स्पोर्ट्स. इट कुड बी हॉकी, इट कुड बी फुटबॉल, इट कुड बी बैडमिंटन, इट कुड बी स्विमिंग, इट कुड बी टेबल टेनिस, इट कुड बी एनीथिंग. इंपॉर्टेंट इज वी हैव अ कॉन्वर्जेशन. हम ऐसा एक कॉन्वर्जेशन आपके सामने लाना चाहते हैं कि हमको आखिर में दिखता है कि फाइनल सक्सेस, यू नो, हमको सिर्फ ये दिखता है कि यू नो ग्रास इज ग्रीनर ऑन द अदर साइड, बट वो वैसा नहीं है. क्योंकि हर एथलीट या हर स्पोर्ट्समैन एक प्रोसेस से जाता है, और वो प्रोसेस कहीं ना कहीं कोचेस के साथ या एक टीम मैनेजमेंट के साथ या काफी लोगों के साथ उसको अच्छी तरह डिफाइन किया जाता है. अब जब मैं प्रोसेस प्रोसेस कर रहा हूं तो प्रोसेस है क्या? आप एक चीज 10 दिन करो तो शायद 11वें दिन आप उस 10 दिन का एक अच्छा रिटर्न्स दे सकते हो. सिंपल वे में अगर बताऊं तो आप अगर एक स्पोर्ट्समैन है और लेदर क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं तो आपको पता है कि वार्म अप का इंपॉर्टेंस मैच के पहले कितना ज्यादा है, क्योंकि वही चीज आपने प्रोबेबली आपके पूरे जो यू नो ट्रेनिंग में है या नेट्स में है वो आपने की है. हम उस पे भी बात करेंगे, क्योंकि आज का हमारा जो पॉडकास्ट है वो क्रिकेट एक्सक्लूसिव है. बट जैसे मैंने कहा कि इट्स नॉट ओनली गोइंग टू बी क्रिकेट एक्सक्लूसिव, इट इज गोइंग टू कवर अ लॉट ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स. टू स्टार्ट ऑफ विथ, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, you know, I come from the I was born in 1984, and I come from the generation who grew up you know watching cricket, watching Sachin Tendulkar sir, who is my ideal or my hero, whatever you can call. But you know, we came from that generation where even I saw Ramesh sir playing and captaining a side. It is not just I was you know, I had my own heroes, and those heroes not necessary कि uh, वो इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट से ही होना चाहिए. I think there are life mentors, there are mentors in your you know sporting fraternity that you've seen. So बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो आपके यू नो जीवन में आते हैं और कुछ ना कुछ आपको सिखा के जाते हैं. अगर सिखा के नहीं गए तो कुछ ना कुछ आपके साथ एक एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करके जाते हैं. वो शायद ही अच्छा हो, बुरा हो, आप कैसा सोचते हो उसको और कैसा आप उसको फील करते हो वो कंप्लीटली आपके ऊपर है. बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, मैं वो जनरेशन से आता हूँ कि शॉर्ट्स में ग्राउंड में जाके मैच देखना इनको या एंजॉय करना क्रिकेट को, और शाम को 5 बजे यानी 5 बजे प्रैक्टिस के लिए जाना ही है. अ, एक एक चीज बताना चाहूंगा, और ये दो शख्स का नाम मैं इसलिए ले रहा हूं क्योंकि इन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं हमको वो लेवल पे डिसिप्लिन क्या है वो सिखाया. एक एक वक्त था जब भी हम शाम को 5 बजे हमारे सह्याद्री क्रीड़ा मंडल जहां पर गणपति बैठता है उसके बाजू उसके पूरे एरिना में एक बहुत बड़ा ग्राउंड है, और उस ग्राउंड में हम शाम को 5 बजे प्रैक्टिस के लिए जाते थे। तभी रमेश सर आते थे, सतीश सर आते थे, फिर संतोष साटिलकर, फिर तुम्हारा प्रवीण नायर, सुजीत सालियन, फिर मनोज,
सूरज भंडारी।
सूरज भंडारी, बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स थे। लेकिन दो शख्स ऐसे थे जो अगर हम 5 बजे नहीं पहुंचते तो हमको गालियां मिलती थी। वो थे, एक थे एग्नल और दूसरे थे आनंद शेट्टी। ये दोनों शायद ही वो एक कल्चर सेट कर रहे थे हमारे कॉलोनी में कि हम जो यंगस्टर्स है, जो युवा खिलाड़ी है, वो आए और वक्त पे आए। वहां से कहीं ना कहीं पता चला कि क्रिकेट इज मोर ऑफ डिसिप्लिन दैट यू हैव टू मेंटेन, मोर ऑफ कि आप खेलो, आई मीन आप 50 रन बनाओ, आप 100 रन बनाओ, आप जो भी करो, लेकिन अगर आप डिसिप्लिन हो तो आई थिंक रिजल्ट्स आपको ज्यादा अच्छे मिलते हैं। एंड आई थिंक सर विल अग्री विथ मी ऑन दिस। बट सर, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट अ जनरेशन की मैंने ऐसा वक्त भी देखा है जब आप लोग खेलते थे या किसी खिलाड़ी को मैं देखता था तभी खेलने के वक्त, कि किसी किसी के पास तभी शूज भी नहीं थे, किसी किसी के पास टी शर्ट्स नहीं थे, किसी किसी के पास ट्रैक पैंट्स नहीं थे, बट फिर भी वो खेलने की चाह थी, वो ट्रॉफी जीतने की चाह थी। और आज अगर हम देखोगे तो सबसे पहले कलर्ड जर्सी चाहिए, अच्छे ट्रैक पैंट्स चाहिए, अच्छे शूज चाहिए, फिर वो दैट आई डोंट नो इवन कि शूज में कितने टाइप आए, उतने एक्सपेंसिव शूज भी चाहिए। तो ये सब चीजें ज्यादा बढ़ गई है। what do you think that what has changed over the years? Of course, I mean, I'm not here to troll that, I'm not here to mock that, but as an honest thing, that times have changed, let's accept that. And I think time के साथ सभी चेंज हुए हैं और क्रिकेट भी चेंज हो गया है। जब हम 80 ओवर के मैचेस देखते थे वो 50 ओवर पे आए, 50 से 20 ओवर के आए। शायद ही एक वक्त आएगा जहां पे T10 फॉर्मेट भी अप्लाई हो सकता है, बिकॉज वो T10 फॉर्मेट ऑलरेडी जर्मनी में वहां पे ये हो रहा है। यूरोपियन क्रिकेट सीरीज एंड यूरोपियन क्रिकेट इंटरनेशनल आर द टूर्नामेंट्स which are actually happening as a T10 format. But coming back to the point that I wanted to speak to you on, times have changed. Has the game changed too?
See, like all games and all life itself, it changes. Something, some for good, some for bad. Cricket has also changed a lot. Previously, as you said, that was our times when we used to struggle for having a pair of shoes. Yeah, you know, there was one Prabhakar Swami, a good player, brilliant all rounder, of course in tennis cricket, and he had he was not used to shoes, and he could not bowl with a slipper on, and he used to bowl with barefoot, and his big toe, always had a deep cut over here, and it would really bleed, but still that guy will bowl, and he was not only a good bowler, brilliant fielder, and a great batsman. Such was the passion for the game. See, those were the times, Dipesh, you should understand one thing, that we in our locality, we were uh, living in one room kitchen, and TV and all was not that much there. Only Doordarshan had just arrived, and evening shows were there.
Yeah, I remember Doordarshan 7 बजे के न्यूज वो
And
काफी फेमस थे।
Amchi Mati, Amchi Mansi was also famous. So during those periods, and because of that small space and joint families, most of us youngsters would spend our days in the ground. Luckily for us, our colony had two big grounds, and we could play matches and all that there. So nowadays, you're talking about shoes and all. Now it is a social media trend. A kid, I think, comes out with the shoes and all everything. My parents already have decided before when he's in the womb that what if he's a boy, what he's going to do, and what is if he's a girl, what is she's going to do. So things are totally different nowadays. Okay.
I think you said it right, and I agree with you because अगेन आई मीन इफ आई हैव टू आस्क यू कि, और हाँ हम लोग लैंग्वेजेस स्विच कर रहे हैं बिकॉज इंग्लिश हिंदी जो अभी आ रहा है, बिकॉज ये पहला एपिसोड है, सो प्लीज डोंट माइंड दिस। एज आई सेड बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, हम प्रोफेशनल नहीं है लेकिन कुछ कर रहे हैं, कुछ आपके सामने ला रहे हैं, तो आई आई होप यू लाइक इट। बट कमिंग बैक टू द टॉपिक, आई थिंक एक ऐसा भी जनरेशन मैंने देखा था, बिकॉज व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू गो फॉर लेदर प्रैक्टिस, लेदर क्रिकेटर्स वर नॉट अलाउड टू प्ले टेनिस क्रिकेट। ये एक गैप था विच
That
विच आई थिंक एवरीवन हैज सीन इट, बिकॉज कि आप अगर लेदर क्रिकेट से टेनिस क्रिकेट खेलोगे तो वो लेदर क्रिकेट की टेक्निक शायद आप टेनिस खेल के उसको स्पॉइल करोगे, या ऐसा मानना था।
yeah, that was very much true because top coaches were dead against tennis cricket, especially for bowlers. Bowlers, they said that the weight of the ball, in fact, tennis balls are much lighter than leather balls. So that affects your shoulder, and your chances are that you might not grip the ball properly, and so on, and so on, and so on. They did not have the exact reason for that, but they said कि it is not good to play like उसमें they get tag लग जाता था, ये टेनिस प्लेयर है. I know uh, one player, my friend actually, close friend Ajit Putran. He was a very good leather ball bowler, but he never got to play Ranji Trophy and all because he was even better bowler in tennis cricket.
He still plays.
He still plays. He must be 60. He still plays, and the thing is, Sanjay Manjrekar on air in on 10 Sports had publicly on 10 Sports he has said that whenever they both were used to play for the same club, Dadar Union Club, which also had Sunil Gavaskar, Dilip Vengsarkar and all playing for them. Sanjay Manjrekar was once leading the side, and Sanjay Manjrekar on air has said that whenever I felt that the match is in a difficult position, I used to give the ball to Mr. Ajit Putran because of his street smartness, which he had gathered from playing tennis cricket. So that was a truth.
बट नाउ वेयर द एक्सेप्टेंस कम्स कि अभी आप टेनिस भी खेलो, आप लेदर भी खेलो, आप सूर्य कुमार को देखते हो तो आप एंजॉय करते हो, वो सुपला शॉट, ये शॉट, वो शॉट, पूरा क्रिकेट का ट्रेंड बदल गया है,
उसका
सो
reason
व्हाई नाउ दैट एक्सेप्टेंस?
that reason is because cricket from V to become V, that is 40 and 60, 60 degrees, has become a 360 degrees game now. Now, when previously when Sunil Gavaskar and Vengsarkar, J.R. Vishwanath used to bat, people would be proud of that elbow which would come forward. And now the elbow and all are of no use, no matter. You know to hit the ball anywhere, any place in the ground. 360 degrees cricket is the cricket of the day.
सो फॉर द यंगस्टर्स, सर ये बोल रहे हैं कि पहले क्रिकेट का जो बेसिक्स था, एटलीस्ट बैटिंग का जो बेसिक्स जब भी था, सो यूज टू प्ले इन दिस वी, सो इफ यू हिट अ बॉल टुवर्ड्स द कवर्स, एक्स्ट्रा कवर्स, लॉन्ग ऑफ, लॉन्ग ऑन, deep mid wicket, so that we used to form like this, where the player, so if the batsman is standing like this, if he plays like this, okay, that used to be the position and the process of hitting the ball as a leather cricketer to the fast bowlers or even to the spinners, that used to called as the 60-degree game, which is the V angle that used to form. And now when he's talking about the 360-degree cricket, I'm sure everybody loves Surya Kumar Yadav and the supla shot that he plays. So times have changed, the trends have changed. As I said कि आज कोई भी प्लेयर पहला खेलने आता है तो पहले नई जर्सी में पहले अपना स्टोरी अपलोड करता है और फिर मैच के बारे में सोचता है, ऐसा भी नहीं है, तो मैच के बारे में भी सोचता है, सो ऑफेंड मत हो जाना। बट हाँ, ये हमने देखा है कि काफी सारे लोग सोशल मीडिया पे काफी एक्टिव हैं, but to be very honest, you as one of the successful captains, I will say, because he might not know that how many trophies he must have won for the team, and with the team it's not the only him, but he had that master brain. I think तभी लोग बोलते थे the only educated cricketer was Ramesh Sharma sir. So you can imagine, and he knows more than I think 3-4 languages. So his communication skills and his वो एक सामने वाले को कन्विंस करना या सामने वाले को प्रेशर में लाना, ये दोनों चीजें इंसान, ये शख्स अच्छा कर सकता है जो हमने देखा है. एंड हैविंग सेड दैट, जब आप एक एक टेनिस टीम के कैप्टन थे, और obviously, I mean, when you're talking about tennis cricket, it's a very shorter format of the game. Probably आपको 6 ओवर खेलने मिले, या आपको 8 ओवर खेलने मिले, या आपको मैक्स टू मैक्स आपको 10 ओवर खेलने मिले. बट अगर वो शॉर्टर फॉर्मेट्स में डिसीजन मेकिंग जो था, वो आपका एक इट वाज योर स्ट्रेंथ. व्हाट वुड यू से अबाउट दैट फेज ऑफ योर करियर?
See, tennis cricket was actually an industry that time. Even now, it is industry. Huge prize monies are given to the winners and all, and players who are professional pocket some good money, and they run their house. So those times were also like that. But initially, when I just started the game, it was not like that. There was not huge money. After some time, that money part came into it. Then that professionalism. You're talking about my being a captain. I am the only witness to the failures I have gone through, even making that team. I had I had to go to many players' house in the morning for
He did
for
that. He
for
did that. I agree.
for them to come to the match and play. When you are losing, no one comes to play with you. When you are winning, everybody wants to play with you. So I've seen both these, losing, winning, and all. And mostly in life, certain genetical and background, this thing of your life affects your path which you have chosen. So I was very passionate when I was on the ground. Probably that passion drew brought me a lot of ideas.
टेनिस क्रिकेट एंड द स्टोरीज, मतलब ये एक ऐसा किस्सा है ना जो कभी खत्म नहीं होगा. क्योंकि growing up, I have seen tennis cricket more closely. Yes, I've also, played leather cricket. My first coach was Mangesh Adatrao sir, who runs his own coaching academy for cricket. And he only used to tell me one thing, कि Dipesh, लक्ष्य दे, focus कर, because that focus is very important. And somewhere down the line, if you defocus a little bit also, तो कभी कभी ऐसे होता है कि आप सही जा रहे हो, लेकिन आपका थोड़ा फोकस बदलने के बाद शायद उसके ऐसे रिजल्ट्स आएंगे जो आपने कभी सोचा था, ना कभी उसको इसके पहले जिया था. और समवेयर डाउन द लाइन जब मैं ये बात बोल रहा हूँ, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो एक स्टोरी आ जाती है. द रीजन आई एम ब्रिंगिंग दिस टॉपिक अप, बिकॉज वी ऑल मेक मिस्टेक्स. Even if we all make mistakes, somewhere down the line, that's the phase that's not going to stay for us or with us for a long time. जब I think फिर से I'll go back to those days, sir, where आप लोग के पास तभी वो प्रेशर नहीं था घर से, बट आप लोग थर्सडे निकलते थे मैच खेलने के लिए और संडे शाम को आते थे. लेकिन आपने अभी एक जगह पे मैच खेली है, तो उसके बाद दूसरे मैच पे जाना है. लेकिन वो जो बीच में का वक्त मिलता था, वो कितना अच्छा था, वो कितना बुरा था, और शायद उसके क्या रेपकेशंस थे, या
See, this is a very good question you posed. In fact, उसके प्लस पॉइंट्स भी थे, नेगेटिव भी थे, जैसे ले सकते हैं वैसे. मैं हमारी टीम से लेने देगा और एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट में और एक टीम से कंपेयर करूंगा. मैचलेस टीम आप जानते हो, मैचलेस टीम was one of the top teams for decades together. 3 decades they were among the top 3 teams. We were only for 1 decade one of the top 3 teams. Matchless guys during the what happens a tournament goes, see if there are 32 teams, 31 matches will be there. All by 31 matches, one team has to play only 5 matches out of that 31 matches to reach the finals. Finals will be the fifth match. So when after the first round goes, there are other matches going on where you are not involved. So you sit in a corner of the ground, your team. So other different human beings, different attitudes. Some 2 3 people will form a group of their own. They will go and meet other team people or go here or there. There be some common factors. And in our group, there was a group of 5 6 who used to play cards. And mind you, all this out of the 6, 3 to 4 were professional. Professional in the sense they were other times also they used to play cards. And I will give you my example. Never used to play cards when I was a. I actually started playing in the ground. That is something which caught up with me. And stakes, we used to play for good stakes, high stakes, and that's how one one part of personality of mine developed in that ground. Same way, if you take it in the right positive sense, in our team, there were players, I don't want to name anybody, who came from very lower middle class family and they were struggling for, their family used to struggle and their education level was not good. But when they met and started spending quality time with us in the match and while discussions and all, their perspective towards the life changed totally and they started dreaming things of good education, good graduation at least, and then good job. And luckily, or say because of me, I would say it, I was one of, not because of me, I was just the one aspect of that their life. Many, all the players who played under me and in our team grew well, and some of them are in a very big post in banks and all, and they are doing very good in life for themselves. So it is how you take what life is offering you. Life offers you good or bad. It is easier to accept the bad. It is faster because it is, instinctive. But whereas good things come with hard work. I always believe that children from the age of 14 to 20 actually make their life that time. From 14 to 20, they have to be very hardworking and very selective. Parents have a big role to play during that time, and that's the way life should carry on because nothing pays in life. Only hard work pays. Hard work, and only hard work.
बट एक पर्सनल सवाल पूछ.
बोलिए.
I think as a I mean I was a kid that time when आपको जब भी सब खेलते हुए देखते थे तो रमेश शर्मा एक नाम था. लेकिन ग्रेजुअली जैसे जैसे टाइम किया, आई सॉ टू साइड्स ऑफ रमेश. आई सॉ a side of a good captain, good cricketer, one who rules the cricket ground, and the other one was the dark side of you. Would you like to talk about that?
I don't mind talking about that. But dark side comes because actually you people were you seeing me just in the on the ground, and like I was excellent in that period. Outside there is something called life. Life, you have to make career. You have to earn for your bread and butter. You have to look after your family as a man, and all these things you have to give importance. If you start neglecting that, then a time comes when you start running after goals. if basic needs, you start running after basic needs. That's what brings in the darker part. Dark side everybody
बट
has.
वो डार्क साइड के बारे में आज बुरा लगता है? Do you
Yeah,
regret that?
of course I do
Chalo, let
regret.
me ask you this very openly. Do
Of
you
course
regret it?
of course I do regret that.
Okay.
Maybe I am given a genie and put back 30-35 years back. I would do certain things differently. Probably I might not play cricket at all
But what has changed now that you say this?
because I felt I neglected the actual part of life, which is to build one's life. To building a life means, see, not everybody can become Sachin Tendulkar or Kapil Dev, or they are highly talented. They have been made by God for that. There is a power, super power in this world, which has brought each life in life into this world with a purpose. To understand that purpose, you need to be hardworking. You don't get in a night a dream and the Almighty comes and tells you that you are going after 20 years, you will be like this, you will be like that. You have to be hardworking, you have to be doing things which are to be done on that time. It has to be one day at a time. Life has to be one day at a time, and it is where most of us falter. People like me who have faltered.
बट आज ये लगता है कि अगर तभी अच्छी संगत या अच्छे दोस्तों के साथ, लाइक आई रिमेम्बर, आप एक बहुत अच्छे कंपनी के लिए आप जनरल मैनेजर पोस्ट पर तभी थे, आपने वो सर्कल ज्यादा नहीं एक्सप्लोर किया, और बिकॉज क्रिकेट ऑलवेज ब्रॉट यू बैक टू द क्रिकेट ग्राउंड, राइट? एंड probably, do you think that there was a scope that you could have made a right decision of choosing right people in your life, or people took advantage of you? What is it? I mean, probably this is the good medium that you can, you can clear that off, because as I said, गलतियां सभी करते हैं, तो गलतियां करने में कोई पाप नहीं है. And for you also, all the youngsters who are listening to this, you can do mistakes. You can do the first mistake, you can't do this, you can do the second mistake, but you can't do the first and second mistake for the third time. Then you are choosing it by your own will. And there is a very simple thing saying that, as Ramesh sir was just saying, कि आज उनको लगता है कि अगर उनके पास एक जीनी होता और शायद वो 30-35 साल पीछे जाते, तो कुछ चीजें वो नहीं करते जो तभी उन्होंने किया, लेकिन ये जीनी का ऑप्शन किसी के पास नहीं होता. Life runs real. You have to be real, because time is time is with you when you want it to be right, but it might not be if you start taking decisions which may not make other people happy, because वो एक फेज होता है. बट अगर वो फेज को हम अपनी आदत बना ले, तो शायद वो धोखेदायक हो सकता है. तो guys, all we also want to say from this podcast is basically, if you're just coming out from your schools, from your colleges, or you're looking for a career, I am not saying that don't have friends, but understand who is my friend and who is not. It's as simple as that. It's either yes or it's no. There can't be a middle path in this.
Dipesh, as I told you, my idea is not just talking something about cricket, IPL and all. When I approached you and asked you what you are
He
doing,
randomly called
I,
me.
I was thinking over it. Like, we can, at least we can be of some help to the society by giving them real pictures behind the scenes, what happens behind the curtains. We always believe me, I will just give you a small example of an actor. An actor, we call him great or not, but he has to also do a lot of hard work. he has to recite that script, what he has to say. That itself is difficult. I would ask you guys to, after watching this program, to sit and recite uh, one paragraph of word and act upon. It is very difficult. It is hard work, real hard work. Hard work is the thing, key to everything. So, how do you how do you generate that habit? It is a habit. It is a habit. Hard work is a habit, and for the for it comes the it is the role of the parents, because it has to be inculcated in a very small age. And God help, because nowadays nucleus families are there, husband and wife are both working. It is how they give hardly any time to their kids. It is always money which drives the whole thing of the family. The kid wants anything, he is pampered by giving that thing, and so everything is rosy. But that is what I feel.
वेल एक और टॉपिक हमारे जहन में था। काफी क्रिकेट की हमने बातें की हैं और क्रिकेट को ही कंटिन्यू करेंगे आज के इस पॉडकास्ट पर। But I think knowing him as a person and probably he clearing out most of the things that probably you wanted to hear. At I mean, he is not bound to give explanations to anyone, but that's him. He will accept his mistakes and he will work on it, and that is something that you've seen him all over the years. At least I've seen you in that perspective. But you, as a child, you know when you were you know going to school, then to college, then to things, that time, did you had that parent pressure कि आपको ये बनना है या आपको वो बनना है या वो फ्रीडम मिला था? बिकॉज द रीजन आई एम कमिंग ओवर इन दिस टॉपिक, क्योंकि आज हमने देखा है वो कहीं ना कहीं पेरेंट प्रेशर जरूर होता है, क्योंकि इतना ग्लैमर आ गया है, इतना एक्सपोजर आ गया है सोशल मीडिया की वजह से कि मेरा बच्चा फर्स्ट ही होना चाहिए, या मेरा बच्चा ये क्रिकेटर, मतलब आई हैव सीन दिस व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग विद वन ऑफ द प्रेस्टिजियस क्रिकेट एकेडमी दैट टाइम। कुछ कुछ पेरेंट्स थे कि दे ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू सेंड देयर किड थिंकिंग दैट द नेक्स्ट डे ही विल प्ले आईपीएल और अ मैच, और रिप्रेजेंट द बिग लीग। बट क्या ये ऐसा होता है, और अगर होता है तो व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन?
ऐसा होता नहीं है, क्योंकि माँ बाप, इट इज ह्यूमन नेचर दैट
प्यार ज्यादा होता है।
प्यार, बच्चों पे प्यार होता है, और बच्चों को अपने मिरर समझते हैं, अपना बचपन देखते हैं माँ बाप अपने बच्चों पे। वो होना नहीं चाहिए। दे हैव टू गिव देम इंडिपेंडेंस एंड allow them to lead their own life. That doesn't mean that they should not interfere. They should interfere in this young, small age. They should actually guide them. They should be more like friends. Talking about me, my in our times, hand to mouth होता था खाना घर में। Daddy never used to get time for us. There were days to 4 5 days together when we never spoke to our father, because he used to go to work before we got up, and he used to come back, while before he coming back we were asleep.
बट वो डर का भी था ना कि
But
डैडी वाज लाइक द फियर फैक्टर।
हाँ,
मॉम यूज्ड टू बी लाइक, हाँ
वो
चलो आ जाओ, कभी भी बात
वो
करो, कुछ भी बोल दो, चलता है।
वो एक क्या होता है, फेमिलियरिटी रहती है ना माँ के साथ, तो माँ को पटा लेंगे करके वो सब सब ह्यूमन, वापस आदमी को पता
मम्मियां
है।
होती है ऐसी।
मम्मियाँ होती हैं ऐसी वापस।
their
हमारे भी
their their unconditional love is not never going to end, but when it comes to father, I still remember, I mean, I never had that that very close relation with him. He used to always tell me that it's an open stage, and no matter what happens, the stage goes on, and you have to go on. And वैसे हमारे बीच में काफी कम बात होती थी, लेकिन मम्मी के साथ वो उसके पल्लू के पीछे जाना, उसको तंग करना, उससे सभी जो चीजें, मतलब एक एक होता है ना कि मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे ये चाहिए, तो चलो माँ का दिल है वो तो दे ही देगी। बट अगर आज के अगर जनरेशन में देखें तो वो केयर कंसर्न ज्यादा बढ़ गया है, बिकॉज आप जब ग्राउंड में जाते हो तो ऑब्वियसली बच्चा गिरेगा, लगेगा, और वो वैसे ही सीखेगा। एटलीस्ट जब जब मैं बड़ा हो रहा था तब ठीक है, हमको भी चोटें आती थी, तो माँ का तो प्यार हमेशा होता था, बट कहीं ना कहीं उस दौर से हम निकल चुके हैं। लेकिन आज आपको क्या लगता है कि वो केयर एंड कंसर्न ज्यादा है, या एक पोजेसिवनेस की मेरा बच्चा ऐसे ही बढ़ेगा, वैसा कुछ हुआ है, या यू
ये
थिंक इट्स डिफरेंट?
इसका कारण तो सोशल मीडिया है और ज्यादा एक्सपोजर है। पीपल यू नो वांट देयर चाइल्ड टू बी नंबर वन इन एनीथिंग विच शी डज। सो इसका कारण वापस सोशल मीडिया है। लोग ज्यादातर दूसरे लोग क्या करते हैं वो देखते रहते हैं आजकल। खुद के बारे में कम सोचते हैं, दूसरों के बारे में ज्यादा सोचते हैं। वो एक रीजन हो सकता है उसका।
वेल, हर एक का एक पर्सपेक्टिव होता है, और शायद ये पर्सपेक्टिव्स, आई थिंक, आप 10 लोग को पूछ लो तो 10 लोग कुछ अलग जवाब देंगे, बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग क्रिकेट एज अ टॉपिक, मगर क्रिकेट से भी, as he said, that there is one part that is cricket, the other part that is life. When these things come together, all these discussions are very important. And the reason we took out this topic is basically that everybody feels that if my kid is going to any academy, or playing cricket, or probably he's lifting the trophies, it's good, it's very good. I am not denying to that point, but honestly, I'll tell you, the ratio to reach the big league is very less, because हर गली हर नुक्कड़ में अपना कोई ना कोई बच्चा खेल रहा है, और कहीं ना कहीं वो एक 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 प्रोसेस, या उसका एक जो करियर होता है, वो भी समझना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। जैसे डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट, ये बहुत ज्यादा क्रिकेटर्स को हेल्प करता है। व्हेन आई से दैट, if you see MS Dhoni's sixes today, if you see Virat's cover drives today, if you see Sachin Tendulkar's straight drive today, if you see Yorker bowling of Jasprit Bumrah, or probably I think two big legends, Javagal Srinath, Venkatesh Prasad, these used to be the icons of Indian cricket, but they were not made in a day. As we say, Rome is not built in a day. They also went to the same grounds, the same Maidans that you also go today. They also played a lot of cricket over there, thinking or not thinking that whether I'll play, to India one day. But they also started somewhere as a kid. So important is, if you're interested in cricket, please make sure that one, you have discipline with you, two, you have punctuality with you, and three is the dedication. And आई थिंक जब मैं आई थिंक कॉलेज में था, तभी मेरे एक सर थे, उन्होंने कहा था, देर आर नो शॉर्टकट्स टू हार्ड वर्क, and that's somewhere down the line very true, because hard work will pay today, if not today then tomorrow, but it will pay someday. So hope is one thing that we should not lose. And when we are talking about domestic cricket that actually made these cricketers, I think if I had the if I was lucky enough, uh, if I get Harsha Bhogle sir, he will he can speak about Sachin Tendulkar sir for 3 hours. That's how much he knows Sachin sir, because it was not that he was born and those centuries came with his birth. He had to go play on the same streets, play on the same Maidans that you guys are playing today, and probably the approach that he took towards cricket has made him Sachin Sir, that we all call him, the Bharat Ratna. Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, as we call him with respect, and we have huge respect for him, because he never went out of the game. He never uh, defocused himself into anything other than cricket, and that's why the journey of 22 yards for 24 years, when he gave the speech at Wankhede, was the most iconic speech, and obviously it was the most highest TRP day, I would say, for Indian television or the world television, to be very honest, because it was the question of Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar sir, who was uh, saying bye bye to cricket. But all that he could achieve is because of that domestic cricket. And when I say domestic cricket, we will talk about a lot of domestic tournaments. But today there are two tournaments that comes to my mind. One is, I think, Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, Vijay Hazare Trophy. I think again great initiatives by BCCI. A lot of player hunting also happens over there.
Syed Mustaq Ali was started in the year 2006. That is when T20 craze had just started, and to go with the trend to 2006, BCCI also started Syed Mustaq Ali. Lots of teams have participate. Five pools are there, out of which everybody gets to play each other in each group, and then four after quarterfinals there is knockout stage. The talent there comes to the fore for T20 selection. You know, with IPL coming in, the standby players which we see many players are roped in from those performances of theirs, because every franchise has got its own scouts who go to different matches and different places and watch players play.
So are you saying it's a recruitment stage for franchisee
It
owners
is,
as well?
yes, it is one of the stages where these franchisee have their own, I will call them employees, who go and watch the match and point out players and scout the talent.
Oh,
Yes.
so it's a pool where actually the selection of the players happens from there.
Yes, shortlisted.
Okay.
They are shortlisted from there. That they might go and say Dipesh is a good bowler. He bowls 150 plus. Then others will give a look at him, look at his cuttings and all, paper cuttings, how much he has scored or how much he has taken wickets. That is one of the major tournaments. Even our DY Patil tournament, it is also got some weightage. The criteria was 30 runs, you get a name in the paper. 3 wickets, you get a name in the paper. Plus, if you have done exceptionally good, and he happens to know somebody in your team, and he speaks and all, then you can get a headline. Like if you're like,
But to be very honest, I mean, Time Shield, no doubt one of the prestigious tournaments that play. But when you say that Ye division, Wo division, actually, if you talk a little bit of Time Shield, the whole tournament, how it is designed and how does it help the youngsters? Because बहुत youngsters है जो ये देखेंगे तो शायद उनको ये एक अच्छा आइडिया मिल जाएगा इस प्लेटफॉर्म से कि सैयद मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी है या विजय हजारे ट्रॉफी है या टाइम शील्ड है और भी डोमेस्टिक लीग्स के बारे में हम बात करेंगे अगले एपिसोड्स में। बट आज अगर इस तीन टूर्नामेंट की खासियत और जिस तरीके से उसको डिजाइन किया गया है, हाउ डज इट वर्क फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ द प्लेयर्स?
see, first of all, I'll take Time Shield. Time Shield previously was a source of employment for players. Good players who used to play for some level, under 19 level or something, they used to get jobs. Companies used to offer jobs. Nowadays, those companies don't offer them job. They are taken as contract players. They are contracted only for playing and they get only whereas previous year days there were these people were getting jobs. Railways was a very big recruiter. Same was Air India, Customs. These they actually made life. Time Shield playing. They used to play only Time Shield and enter their railway board. Railways used to play railway board matches and Time Shield. Time Shield was considered very high-fi. A division, good teams. All Ranji Trophy players across the country used to come and play in Mumbai. Azad Maidan and Cross Maidan used to host them. I have seen Sunil Gavaskar, Vengsarkar personally after an English tour coming and playing Kanga League, Time Shield. That was the time when these tournaments were given importance. Nowadays, you won't find players giving that much of importance to Time Shield and all. Very few companies are there who are giving them job also. And for average players, it is become a very difficult thing nowadays to earn. If you take a career, make and you don't make a career out of it, then you don't get even there are no companies who take you for cricket as a cricketer. As a sportsman, you don't get jobs. That is a major difference from those times and these times. Time Shield has seven up to G division tournaments. Lower divisions are companies who have got employees who are non-professional amateurs who play cricket. That is well and good. Time and those are actually lucky, happy go people, lucky people. They are amateurs. They work, and only for the time shield season they hire some ground, practice for some time, and play their knockout stage and all. Moreover, the more opportunities are there now, more social medias and all are there. There are more opportunities for advertisers to spend money. So they won't only spend on cricket. So jobs, they don't give jobs. Yeah, okay, give them contract work and all. That's one of the way to appease them. Plus, because of computerization, lots of human jobs have also come down. Mumbai is not anymore a industrial city. It is more of a commercial city. Like that has affected cricket and probably other sports also, because jobs are not easily available for players. And if you are not a top player, then you get. This is common for all type of even if you are a musician or you are some good, if you are not top class, then you suffer a lot.
I in fact liked one point of his. There was a time when there was no technology, because of which the recruitments did not happen in cricket. But today is the time when you have the technology and you are still losing jobs. So everything has its own pros and cons, and that is something that we need to understand, that we have to always upgrade ourselves. अगर आप एक चीज कर रहे हो, अगर वो चीज करके आपको लगता है कि अब मैं ये अभी तक मैंने ये किया है, तो उसके आगे भी एक्सेल करने की कोशिश करो, क्योंकि आप सेम टैलेंट से आप नहीं कह सकते कि मैं पूरी दुनिया जीत लूंगा। तो ये हार्डवर्क का जो ये प्रोसेस है और जो लर्निंग का प्रोसेस है, ये फॉर एवर प्रोसेस है। सो आई थिंक दैट्स मोर ओवर व्हाट वी स्पोक अबाउट डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट टेक्नोलॉजी। और जैसे मैंने कहा कि काफी ऐसे भी एपिसोड्स आएंगे जहां पर हम और डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट के बारे में बात करेंगे, अलग अलग टूर्नामेंट्स और उसके बेनिफिट्स के बारे में भी बात करेंगे। बट दैट वाज मोर ऑफ इट। ये हमारा पहला एपिसोड था। एरर्स हैं और मुझे भी पता है, इनको भी पता है, बट विद टाइम हम इसको भी इम्प्रूव करेंगे, बिकॉज लर्निंग इज अ कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस एंड दैट प्रोसेस नेवर स्टॉप्स एवरी डे। आई थिंक इट्स अ न्यू चैलेंज टू यू, और शायद ये आज का पॉडकास्ट हमारे लिए भी एक चैलेंज था। बट आई होप यू लाइक इट, बिकॉज बहुत दिल से किया है यार। तो सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा, लाइक कीजिएगा, कमेंट कीजिएगा, एंड चाहे तो शेयर भी कीजिएगा।